Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell by the setup, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. I have been out to the shop and I have bought 10 different Easter themed sweets, treats, goodies, foodstuffs to try for you all, although admittedly it is mostly sweet items. The only savoury Easter thing I could find was hot cross buns, which I'm never mad at because I love a hot cross bun, but I thought there might have been like an Easter crisp or something. But yeah, every time I went on the website and clicked like Easter and savoury, it just kept trying to sell me a roast dinner, and I figured that's not really the spirit of what we're doing today. So yeah, we've got our 10 Easter themed foods and I cannot wait to try them for you all. So make sure you're leaving a comment if you're enjoying this video, a like if you're really enjoying this video, and maybe even a subscribe if you're really enjoying this video. So without further ado, I should probably start showing my face, right? So the first item I want to try, I cannot remember the name of because I've already removed his packaging because I knew I was going to struggle to get him naked on camera. And I was right, the packaging was horrendous to take off. I had to use scissors. But this is like a marshmallow bunny situation. If this is as I remember it from my childhood, I love these. If they've changed it, I do not love them. I'm going to be curious to see if this tastes as good as I remember. So let's get straight into... I don't know how to massacre him the best. Like, is it better that he goes without his ears first or his arms? Got ears. I have powdered sugar all over my mouth now. This was the wrong thing to start with. It's really nice, but it's definitely coated my lips. Yeah, like, is it as I remember? We've got like a, can I get the camera to focus? That's like a gooey marshmallow centre, right? It's, what flavour is it? It's not chocolate, but like it could, like, is it chocolate? Okay, I'm gonna come back to this later because this is fucking divine. But in the meantime, I'm gonna score this a 9 out of 10. This was like 90p, which maybe is expensive for one thing, but it's quite large, like for an individual lollipop. I love marshmallows. Marshmallows are one of my favourite sweets. And I like the fact that he's got like a whimsical little face. Like, I've absolutely bitten his head off and he's fine with it. What a polite little gem. So since I've just done a sweetie thing, I think I'm going to try a chocolate thing next. And I think I'm going to make a start on these eggs. I've got a white cream egg, I've got a classic cream egg, and I've got a caramel cream egg. I think I'm going to start with the classic and stick to what I know because I have always been obsessed with cream eggs. I am a bit scared though because I did keep this in the fridge first, and well, we'll just see if I have any teeth left at the end. It'll be fine. Right, let's go for the first bite. No. Oh god, that's lovely. Oh my god, I forgot how much I like these. And I'm a heathen who eats it out. It's dairy milk chocolate, which I've always preferred over like most other chocolates. The fondant inside is nice, mostly white with a little bit of the orange. The fondant is the best bit, but I feel like you kind of have to get all of it with the chocolate and the fondant together. I'd give the cream egg a 9. Like, don't get me wrong, these have been out years, this isn't anything new, it's not anything groundbreaking, but it's simple chocolate and like very easy to not have a billion of. Like whenever I buy chocolate bars, I go through the whole pack. So yeah, I'm going to give the cream egg a 9 out of 10. So we're going to try let's not do the white cream egg, let's do the caramel cream egg next. So again, same sitch, it's got the chocolatey outer layer. There we go, that's the caramel cream egg. So let's give the caramel cream egg a go. That's definitely been hardened in the fridge more. That is quite sickly. Very nice caramel, but it's a lot messier than your standard cream egg. Like, the cream egg fondant just seems to stay inside until you're ready for it a little bit better. Whereas, like, the caramel's kind of dripping all over me as I'm eating it. I mean, it's pretty standard caramel with dairy milk. If you've had a caramel Freddo before, it's that caramel, or like the caramel dairy milk. It's pretty simple. I'm going to give this a 6, only because I don't think the caramel is that amazing. I've had better caramels. And I also think the format in which you can get caramel from Cadbury's, like with the bars or the Freddos, is just better suited to eating caramel than the cream egg. Oh, the ones you get in Heroes, the little miniature ones, those are the elite form of caramel consumption, okay? This is just kind of, it's kind of there. It's nothing special. It is a bit better if you get the chocolate and the caramel in the same bite, but this isn't like a top Easter snack for me. So I'm feeling pretty fed up of cream egg and his cousins at the minute. So I'm going to come back to the white chocolate egg because I don't want like cream egg fatigue to cloud my judgment. That's a technical term. And so we're going to go on with some cake now because cake is one of my favourite sweet foodstuffs. And I've actually got a big box of Mr. Kipling Simnel slices. Now, story time. Thing you might not know about me, I went to church club every week growing up, and every Easter we would make Simnel cake, and I've never been able to find like Simnel slices before. I've only ever been able to find Simnel cake in shops in like Waitrose Bakery, and it's the biggest, most expensive cake there, and I used to love Simnel cake, but I am not about the expensive Simnel cake life, and I'm curious to see, does shop-bought Simnel cake taste as good as the one we'd make at church every Easter? Probably not. Described as a spiced sponge baked with raisins and sultanas with an almond-flavoured filling topped with almond-flavour icing. So if you've never had Simnel cake before, that is the kind of thing we're going to be having. I'm a big fan of any cake with fruit in. These come in a little pack of 2. And I'm probably going to eat one of these because if you haven't noticed, I've got a lot on my plate right now. It's that Mr. Kipling like rollout icing that they put on everything. But I think I'm a bit concerned how yellow the icing is because I know it's meant to be like a marzipan, but that's a very yellow marzipan. Please comment below if I'm spouting shit on my arse here. But as I remember it, a traditional Simnel cake, you make the cake and then you put little balls of marzipan on top. So I don't know how I feel about this this one being covered in icing, but we shall see. So this is our Simnel cake. Try and cover my face. There we go. Simnel cake. It's got the icing. It's got fruit inside. Let's give it a go. Oh, it has a really nice smell to it. It's very spiced. Oh my god, that smells lovely. Because you're getting like the marzipan smell, which is obviously very like almondy and sweet and nutty, and then you've got like the gingery, cinnamony type spices. That is not the Simnel cake of my youth. Okay. There's a lot of things wrong with this as Simnel cakes go. Maybe I have, it's been years since I've had Simnel cake for realsies. Maybe I've conjured up an unrealistic expectation of Simnel cake in my mind, and maybe that's on me, but okay, the icing is very overpowering. It's, hang on. Okay, so the second bite was better. I think overall, going into the first bite, I was expecting it to be wetter, and it was quite dry, comparatively speaking. It's very much a marzipan on top, but I don't think I like the shape they've put it in. The cake itself is quite dry. I think they could have done to maybe put some of like, let me have another taste. I'm on a roller coaster with this. The third bite is the best. But I think that's because I got some nice big pieces of fruit and they seem to be a lot more moist. I think my biggest issue with the Simnel cake from Mr. Kipling, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it in the packaging, the shape of the icing, because it's not really icing, it is basically marzipan. But the fact that it's like piped on like that made me think it was going to be like the wetness of icing, which maybe sounds insane, I don't know, but I think I was shocked by how much of a marzipan texture it had, especially because they'd rolled it out so much. So, Simnel cake, 9.5 out of 10, and it's only losing a half mark because it tricked me with the icing / marzipan. So since we're nearly halfway through, I think it's time to address the savoury in the room and start on my hot cross buns. Now, these are described as extra fruity. They didn't have standard level fruity hot cross buns with the right date for when I was going to be filming this. So we've got the extra fruity. I've never had an extra fruity hot cross bun before. I'm going to be interested to see what that does to the structural makeup of the bun. So as anyone who's had these before will know, you have to have them hot with butter, and so I'm going to go and put these in my toaster and butter them and bring them back to show you. Okay, so I'm back from toasting my hot cross buns, and while I was toasting them, I realised how confused Americans are going to be when they click on this video and it says Easter treats and there's no like peeps, it's just simnel cake and hot cross buns. I also realised that I refer to these as savoury, and you can all go and argue about that in the comments, because in my mind, if you can put butter on it, it's savoury. But let's talk about these hot cross buns. Now, I would normally prefer them to be at a higher standard of toastedness, but I'm impatient, so I'm just gonna have to have them as they are. I've definitely over buttered these. Like, I buttered these with my heart. Okay, right, we'll try the base first. And remember, these are extra fruity. These aren't just standard level fruity hot cross bun. That just tastes like nostalgia. I wouldn't call these extra fruity. I'm getting like standard level fruit right now. I definitely over buttered the base for how little like toasted it was. It's a little bit soft for my liking. Lovely cinnamony flavour throughout though. It's like Christmas cake if Christmas cake was bread. Pretty sure I've got loads of it stuck in my teeth. I definitely over buttered the base. I'm never as big of a fan of the base as I am with the lid. So we'll try the lid now for you. Oh, I'm so badly done to, aren't I? I don't know if it was this particular brand of hot cross buns. It was the Asda Extra Special range. Very doughy. And I would not classify that as extra fruity. I'm sorry, I'm putting my foot down. That was standard expected amount of fruity. Overall, I'd give that a 7 out of 10. It was a hot cross bun. It was a hot cross bun, as one would expect. A bit doughy for my liking, but I think I could have done to toast it a bit longer. If you're ranking it as an extra fruity hot cross bun, it's a -1 for deceit. Easter cupcakes. There seems to be 3 different types. We've got chick, carrot and bunny. The 3 famous Easter animals. Do we have any confirmation on flavour though? Okay, we've got 3 chocolate sponge topped with a chocolate frosting, 3 plain sponge topped with lemon frosting, and 3 chocolate sponge cupcakes topped with a green coloured frosting. I'm scared as to how that's going to taste. I do not like when we use colours to describe flavours, but we'll give it a go. I feel like I've got to go and try the green frosting now if I'm only trying one of them. Oh, it's a very deep cupcake. That was... like, I don't know if I'm just an idiot. That was deceivingly deep based on the packaging. I am suspicious of the fact it's described as green, just in flavour. Like, what does green taste like? I'm going to be very, very fancy right now. Oh, I'll put my thumb in it. Spread it out. And I'm just going to cut it in half, but I don't want to, like, separate off the carrot. There we go. I'm dropping so much cake right now. I'm literally doing this video like it's my first time having food. Right. So I've got the cross section of the cupcake. Can I show you guys? It seems to be a lovely soft frosting. I don't love the ratio of frosting to cake that you get with cupcakes. It's a little bit much for my British palate, but we'll give it a go. God, I'm dropping some. Get your plate liner. There we go. The cake's lovely. It's just a very standard moist chocolate cake. The frosting's where they're losing me. I'm going to try and eat just the frosting. What does that taste of? Okay, it can taste of nothing. Definitely not the usual dry-ass cupcake you get when you buy, like, decorative cupcakes. It doesn't taste as green as it looks, I will say. But it definitely takes on a lot of that chocolate flavour if you eat it with the cake. But if you eat it by itself, it does just kind of taste of, like, nothing and icing. It's not even, I'd say, like a vanilla frosting. It just kind of tastes of frosting. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and I'm going to give it an 8. It was a touch sickly for me, but, like, no shit, look at what I'm eating. I'm probably going to find most things sickly right now. Not gonna lie, really craving, like, I don't know, like a green bean or something. On a day where that's your dessert and you're not being a gluttonous fool like I am, that's probably an 8. I'm gonna go in with the crispy M&M bunny. I'm assuming this is like a Malteser situation. Quick Pepsi Max palette cleanse. Oh no, he seems so happy. Oh, I can't bite his ears. Oh no. Actually, no, he looks a bit smug. Like, what do we think? Comment down below, what facial expression does the M&M crispy bunny have? Is this smug or is this cute? It's got a lovely smell on it. I actually really love normal M&Ms. I like the chocolate and I like the chocolate bars as well. So we'll give it a go. I feel like this is going to be nice and biscuity. I can't work out if it's crispy or not. I mean, it's nice. It's really nice. It's a very light crisp. That's a... I'm going to give it a 5, but that's just because I'm mad that it said it was going to be crispy and it wasn't really crispy. A lot of what I enjoyed about that was just the fact it had the M&M chocolate flavour. It was about £1.20 as well, which you can get a decent sized bag of M&Ms for that. I'd just get the M&Ms to be fair. Very cute. It was like a gift for Easter, I think, of like, you know, for the people in your life that you love, but not enough to get them an actual crispy treat. Get them the M&M's crispy bunny. Terry's chocolate orange mini eggs. I love chocolate orange. I've never had the eggs before, and I'm quite a fan of the Cadbury's mini eggs in terms of their like structure and shape, but I'm not a big fan of their flavour. So I'm curious to see how these compare. Oh gosh. I have to show you what I've just seen so you can process with me. I know they're chocolate orange mini eggs, and I know they're shown as orange on the side of the packet, but I was not expecting radioactive pebbles. That is so orange. Can I get a bite on this to get a cross section? That's very orange in colour and flavour. Yeah, I feel like I should, for science, try one where I've not bitten into it halfway. They're quite hard to get hold of. You know, when you get a chocolate orange, it's like the centrepiece. Like when you break it, like you used to slam it against the table or something, and it splits up and you get that like centrepiece that's just nicer than the rest of it. It tastes like that. Feels like that. The only thing is, I don't know if the shell is interrupting that flavour. An apprehensive 6.5. I think you'd have to ask me again after I've been to the cinema and eaten them, but I'm going to give these a 6.5 for now. And now on to our next item. I am shocked that this was the only Easter sweet that I could find. Like everything else was like chocolate or cake. These were the only like gummy sweets that I could find. I could have sworn Haribo brought out like 5 different ones every year. I thought I'd be able to find, like, I'm sure Jelly Babies normally does, like, jelly bunnies or something. Nothing. So, we've got Asda's own Easter bouncing bunnies. So, you've got 2 different colours. I'm just going to go for a yellow one, because I don't think there is a flavour difference. Oh my god. That is the worst sweet I've ever had in my life. I'm so disappointed. Oh my god. I'm just perplexed as to how a sweet can be that bad. Like, there's your cross section for anyone wondering. The outside makes it look like it's going to be like the outside's lovely because it's got like the sugary coating. It's really tasty. The inside is gelatinous death is all I can describe that as. I'm going for a second bite for science, but not because I want to. It's like it knows it's bad and it wants to, like, you want to swallow it as soon as possible, and so it sticks to your teeth so you can't. Who hurt you? It was not good. The flavour was nice. I probably should try the pink one to see if there's a flavour difference. I'm just sad, to be honest. It Yeah, I nearly finished on these. That would be a real shame, wouldn't it? Yeah, the bouncing bunnies are not for me. These are a 1 out of 10, and they're only getting the 1 because I really like the sugar around the edge. And for my final treat of the day, we're going to circle back around to the white cream egg. White chocolate tends to be quite sickly, so I'm glad that I've got this as like a pseudo dessert course, I guess. I don't think I've had the white cream egg before. I don't think I've had white dairy milk before, actually, so I'm very, very curious to see how this tastes. The white cream egg seems to be the most elusive of the cream eggs, because I've noticed when you get it in a multi-pack, you only seem to get 1 of these for every 2 of every other cream egg you get. I'm not a huge white chocolate fan. I find it's quite sickly, but I'll give it my best shot, but I'm not really sure how it's going to meld with the fondant, because that's also very sickly. Here we go. That's gone very hard in the fridge, but I got a quick taste of it. That's very nice white chocolate. Okay, so here's my thoughts. It's nice. Obviously, it's the same cream egg fondant as before. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, because it does kind of blend in with the chocolate there. The white chocolate is a very nice white chocolate, very thick, very creamy. I don't know that I would pick this up over either white chocolate or a normal cream egg though. Like, they're there and they're together, and they're not bad together, but they're not really combining at all. I'm kind of getting white chocolate and cream egg rather than white chocolate cream egg. I would probably just, if I'm fancying the fondant, have a normal cream egg, and if I'm fancying white chocolate, have plain white chocolate. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Are you team white chocolate cream egg, or are you more of an advocate for the caramel option? You know, or maybe you're like me and you say, stuff your cream eggs, give me simnel cake. Either way, guys, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed yourself today, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It really does help me out and means I can spend more days doing crap like this, which I really do enjoy. I'd also love your feedback on this video. Is this the kind of thing you want to see me do more of? In which case, I'd love suggestions for other things you'd like to see me try. And if you didn't enjoy this video, that's absolutely fine. I'd love to know why that is, if you can think of anything specific, because it really does help me figure out what the fuck I'm doing. In the meantime, guys, if you head to the description down below, you'll find all my links to everything else that I do on the internet, so socials, websites, wish lists, that kind of thing. And I will go and clean up all of the sticky, gooey, chocolatey, crummy, sugary mess that I've just made, and see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.